So I'm getting ready to head into work in just a moment, but I thought I'd take a moment to talk to you right here from the front seat of my car. A lot of you are at that point where you are contemplating starting a plant-based diet. I've had a lot of people comment and say that they want to try this lifestyle, that they are all in, and I am so excited for you to try this way of eating, because for me, it has been an incredibly healthy way of eating. But I want to issue one caveat, one thought, maybe even one warning as you set out into this new world of plant-based eating for many of you. And those of you who have been plant-based for a long time, feel free to weigh in on this in the comments if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. Plant-based doesn't mean perfect, right? You do not have to be 100% plant-based in order to consider yourself plant-based or in order to reap the benefits of eating more plants. One of the problems that we often face when we are trying to make a change or a transition in our lives is an all or nothing mentality. And I want to encourage you to avoid all or nothing mentalities. If you have an all or nothing mentality, and on a particular day you stumble and maybe you have that donut. I have a story to tell you about donuts for another video, but maybe you stumble and you have that donut. Well, if you have an all or nothing mentality, then you think, oh, I just had a donut. I blew it. There goes my day. I guess I'll start again tomorrow. Or worse yet, I guess I'll start again Monday. Or worse yet, I guess I'll start again next month. An all or nothing mentality says I'm either doing it perfectly or I'm not doing it all. And that, my friends, is the wrong approach. It's just the wrong approach. Now, I tend to have oftentimes an all or nothing mentality, and that is something that I have had to overcome in order to be successful on this plant-based diet. I have struggled at times not to stay plant-based, but I have struggled at times to stay whole food, right? There are times that a little more processed food will work its way into my diet, and there are other times that I'm having a much easier time with it. So it varies, and you've got to allow yourself a little bit of grace as you're making these transitions. Another thing that I did early on is I ate a lot of processed plant foods, like a lot of fake meats and veggie burgers and things like that. And I still do eat those somewhat, not as much as I did in the beginning as I was transitioning to that plant-based diet. And sometimes that can feel like a failure, or not having enough raw vegetables can feel like a failure, or eating too many dates with peanut butter can feel like a failure, or not hitting the number I want to see on the scale can feel like a failure. And we need to redefine that idea of failure, and not allowing yourself to adopt an all or nothing mentality can help to protect you against that. You see, when you're making these kinds of changes, you have to remember that failing is not failure, right? Failing is not failure. If I fail in an attempt to do something, but I learn from my mistake and can apply those lessons as I move forward and try again, that's not failure. That was an experiment. That's not failure. It was an attempt that failed, but failure only comes if I give up. Failure only comes if I quit, right? It could be the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, no timeouts. You go in there with a new game plan. You go in there and you try something different. You go in there and you run the ball instead of passing the ball. Maybe you increase the number of potatoes in your diet, or maybe you say, okay, I'm gonna have smoothies with a little extra fiber in them by adding some more raw vegetables, or you adjust. Adjusting and being flexible with yourself, showing yourself a little bit of grace, not being overwhelmed the first time you have a bad day. Those are all part of avoiding an all or nothing mentality. So remember, plant-based doesn't mean perfect, but hopefully it does mean progress. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time this morning. I'm going to post this video almost completely unedited, except for maybe the subscribe, follow, and comment right there. And I will say, I just added a new feature, and it is the Buy Me a Coffee button. If you go into my channel description or on the community page, you can find it. I might even go ahead and post the link as the first pinned comment on this video, just so that you know where to find it if you're interested. I'm not asking anyone to give anything, but if you want to support the channel financially and help me continue to make content, that is a simple way that you can do it. You can buy me a coffee. That's all I have for today. Thanks for sticking around. You have a blessed day.